The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on Tom's Radio Toronto are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of Tom's Radio Toronto or its staff. These broadcasts are presented and made public as entertainment and general information only, in the hope that they will be entertaining and informative to listeners. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate in any way any disease or condition or to promote any specific lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice, nor is the information presented necessarily accurate or verifiable.
Tom's Radio Toronto is back! And ito po inyong kabayan Mondatol, and here is your news at 4. Top of the news today at this hour, toddler among dead in UK's worst shooting for decade. Deadline Plymouth, United Kingdom. Police said today they were investigating the background of a troubled loner who obtained a firearm license and shot dead 5 people, including his mother and a 3-year-old girl in Britain's first mass shooting in 11 years. No motive has emerged for Thursday evening's bloodshed at the hands of 22-year-old gunman Jake Davison, who killed himself after the 6-minute spree in Plymouth, southwest England, not far from Western Europe's biggest naval base. But ruling out terrorism, including with far-right groups, Devon and Cornwall police confirmed that Davison's first victim was his 51-year-old mother, Maxine, at her house in a quiet residential area. Davison then shot and killed toddler Sophie Martin and her father Lee, 43, on the street outside before taking the lives of another man and a woman nearby, the police said. Another 2 locals received significant but not life-threatening gunshot wounds, they said, adding that as of 2020, Davison held a valid firearms license. But as questions mounted over Davison's past and the police response, Prime Minister Boris Johnson thanked the emergency services and expressed concern at the misogyny apparent in the gunman's social media account. He told reporters he was appalled at the sexism and said, "I think this is something that will undoubtedly be part of the investigation." Home Secretary Priti Patel stressed the government was addressing online extremism in forthcoming legislation that seeks to hold social media companies to greater account. She said it would also look into how Davison obtained a gun permit as independent police investigators open a probe into the approval of license in case by the regional force. A single gun was recovered from the scene after Davison shot himself, but the police were unable to confirm witness accounts that it was a pump-action shotgun. Britain has some of the Western world's toughest gun controls, and police are not routinely armed. Gun crimes rates are almost the lowest in the world. According to the latest government figures, in the year to March 2020, 30 people were killed by shooting in England and Wales, the equivalent of 4% of homicide in the 12-month period. Private ownership of handguns was outlawed in nearly all cases after a school massacre in the Scottish town of Dunblane in 1996, which claimed the lives of 16 young pupils and their teacher in Britain's worst mass shooting to death. But ownership of sporting rifles and shotgun is allowed subject to strict licensing rules. Licenses last 5 years and are meant to be granted only after thorough police background checks, including for mental illness. Britain's last mass shooting was in June 2010 when taxi driver Derek Bird killed 12 people in Cumbria, northwest England. Well, the same problem in other parts of the world. Gun control. Well, here in Canada, the Prime Minister, of course, Justin Trudeau, is trying to have a strictest gun control here in the country. Let's see what will be happening here in Canada, and we hope nothing to such event that happened in England will be happening here in our nation, all right, in our country. Small kid, a toddler, was also killed during that. We cannot express our grief over those who were the victims of this nonsense killing. Alright, bago po tayo magpatuloy, may special announcement or special news bulletin na kapapadala lang po sa atin. The Taste of Manila, in cooperation with Tom's Radio Toronto, will be having a vaccination rollout or pop-out on Sunday, sa Linggo, August 15, 2021. Please note, ito po ay mangyari, no appointment needed, first and second doses COVID-19 vaccine. Where? Dito lang po, Butters and Wilson Parquet. Sa corner lang po yan ng Wilson and Butters. This is the corner of Wilson and Butters, the Parquet there, Little Manila Parquet. So, no appointment needed, first and second doses COVID-19 vaccine, Butters and Wilson Parquet. It is a project of Taste of Manila in cooperation with Tom's Radio Toronto, Sunday, August 15, 2021. Well, weather permitting, ang babala, ang klinik ay matutuloy basta pinapayagan ng panahon. May Tagalog pa. Alas 12 ng tanghali hanggang alas 6 ng gabi, 12 noon to 6 p.m. Anyone 12 years old and plus is invited to get a Pfizer or Moderna vaccine at the Butters Wilson Parquet. Walk-ins only. You just have to go there. Yan, as you need, all you need is something with your name on it. So that the clinic can verify the proper spelling of your name, and that no OHIP is needed, not necessary. ID from outside of Canada is accepted. If you don't have ID here in Canada, your driver's license from the Philippines or from your country is enough proof so that you could be vaccinated. Alright, sa mga Pilipino, kakailangan nyo pong lamang magpakita ng isang bagay na may pangalan kayo para sa tamang spelling ng inyong name. Pangalan. Hindi kailangan ng OHIP. Tatanggapin po namin ang ID mula sa inyong mga bansa. Ayan, 12 years and up, invited po. Ayan, welcome kayo. Lahat ay pwede mula sa edad 12 pataas. No OHIP needed, no question asked. Only one ID na may pangalan kayo para sa tamang spelling. Yes. Remember the date, Sunday, August 15, 2021, a project of Taste of Manila and in cooperation with our Tom's Radio Toronto. Heto po, kadarating lang yan. Bagong-bago, luto, parang mga pandesal, dyan po sa Harina Bake Shop owned by our friend Danny Hernandez. Pinipilahan po yan. Pumunta na kayo na hindi kayo abutin ng madaling araw sa pagbili ng pandesal. Harina Bake Shop. Dito lamang po yan, 314 Wilson Avenue, North York, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 53 lugar sa Pilipinas nasa COVID-19 alert level 4 na, umangat na naman. Nasa 53 lugar sa bansa ang nasa ilalim na ng COVID-19 alert level 4 ng DOH dahil sa patuloy na pagtaas ng mga bagong kaso na nahahawa ng virus at pagtaas din ng healthcare utilization rate. Ayon sa DOH, ang alert level 4 ay nangangahulugan ng ilang lugar ay klasipikado sa moderate to critical risk at ang healthcare utilization rate nito ay mas mataas na sa 70%. Ito ay makapagtala ang Pilipinas ng daily average rate na 10,459 infection kaso mula Agosto 6 hanggang 12 na higit na mas mataas sa 7,987 daily average ng sinundang linggo. Sa Metro Manila, nasa alert level po ang Las Piñas, Malabon, Makati, Marikina, Muntinlupa, Navotas, San Juan, Pateros, Quezon City, Taguig, at Valenzuela. The National Capital Region maintained positive 2-week growth rate and a high-risk average daily attack rate or ADAR and is currently at high-risk case classification. Ayon kay Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Bergeri, nasa alert level 4 din ang Apayao, Baguio City, Benguet, Dagupan City, Ilocos Norte, Cagayan, Quirino, Angeles City, Nueva Ecija, nako, nadali yung probinsya namin, Pampanga, Tarlac, Olongapo City, Zambales, Batangas, Cavite, Laguna, Quezon, Lucena City, Rizal, Naga City, at Masbate. Halos buong Pilipinas na pala eh. Level 4 na, ang taas ng classification na yan. So, daling magkawan. Ingat-ingat lamang po. Alam mo, importante dyan, bakuna. Yan po ang panlaban talaga. The problem is, hindi ka naman babakunahan kung hindi ka na pag-swab test at makitang negative ka. E paano magpapaswab test ang mga Pinoy? Lalo na doon sa mga mahihirap na lugar na walang perang pambayad ng swabbing. Oh, yun po ang laking problema nun eh. Ang Pilipino po nagtitipid yan para sa pagkain pangangailangan ng kanilang pamilya, lalo yung maliliit na anak. Palagay nyo ba gagastos pa yan ng 1,000, 1,500 para lang tingnan kung ikaw ay positive o negative dyan? Kaya yun po ang vaccine hesitancy tinatawag. Karamihan sa ayaw magpabakuna, hindi mapunta o makapag-swab testing. Kulang ang pere. O sabihin mo na 1,000 ang isang swab testing. 5 sila sa pamilya. 5,000? O magkano ibibigay na ayuda? 4,000 sa isang pamilya. Kulang pa. Yan, pambili ng pagkain ng mga yan. May kausap lang ako sa Pilipinas before my show. Tinatanong ko talaga kung may bayad ng swab testing. Meron po, Mr. Datol. O pare, meron. Kaya karamihan dito ay magpapakuna dahil hindi sila nasa swab test. Pag nasa swab test ka, bayad ka 1,000. Sabi mo ng 750 hanggang sa 1,000. Nasa median tayo kasi may 1,500 na swab testing. May 3,000 pa nga eh. Kukurakutin na ilong mo, tapos babayad ka pa. Bakit hindi bigyan ng mass testing yung lahat ng mga Pilipinong gustong magpabakuna, swab testing muna, libre nyo. Ang dami-dami perang hindi nagagamit eh, andyan sa DOH. Nasa DSWD, hindi na ibibigay na ayuda cash o cash ayuda sa mga nangangailangan ng pera. Ang tagal na natin pinangangalandakan, pinananawagan sa ating mga opisyales ng Pilipinas. Alam ba ni Presidente Duterte may bayad na mataas yung swab testing? Bakit dito sa Canada, Amerika, England, Europe, walang bayad po yan? Bakit sa Pilipinas? I don't know sa ibang bansa sa Asia kung nagbabayad sila. Pero ganyan bilyon ang ginagastos ng Pilipinas dito sa pandemic. Yung ba naman, di nyo na maistama? O laway test na sinasabi ni Dick Gordon ng Red Cross. O mas mura, yun na lang ilibre. Utangin ng PhilHealth dyan sa Red Cross. Nak ng Dragon Marine Sendang. Kaya tayo, ngayon ko lang nalalaman ng todo, kaya ayaw ng Pilipino magpabakuna. Kahit libre ang bakuna, ayaw silang bakunahan dahil hindi sila na-swab test. Nak ng Dragon. Ang dami ko na nakausap sa Pilipinas, gusto nila magpabakuna. Ayaw naman silang bakuna, wala silang pan-swab testing Walang mangyayari dyan. Kapag hindi ginawa ng paraan ng ating pamahalaan, lalo na yung Department of ATF, what's in the title ba ang kailangan nyo? Titulo lang ba ang kailangan nyo para kayo nandyan? Tumulong kayo. I-recommenda nyo sa Pangulo o sa mga congressman o kila Senator Bongo, nandyan, lahat naman sinasawsawan. Ilibre. Yung swab testing ng Dragon, di makakaahon ng Pilipinas. Promise. Tapos, nanggagalaiti yung mga tao dyan, ayaw, pinubulsa, ilagay nyo sa mass testing free. Pag di napuno lahat ng bakunahan dyan Nak ng Dragon. Eto pa, isang balitang nakakasama ng loob. Nurses, health workers, nagbanta ng mass resignation. Bakit? Bakit? Pag-usapan natin yan sa pagbabalik po ng news. At po, hindi po tayo galit. Some words from our friends. I'll be back.
Our company is committed to providing truthful, honest, competent, and result-oriented service through advising and representing our clients in Canada and overseas in a wide range of immigration matters. We focus on providing support, building dependable relationships, and promoting success. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf.
Nagbanta ang mga nurses at healthcare workers na magsasagawa ng mass resignation kung patuloy na hindi nila matatanggap ang special risk allowance mula sa Department of Health. Ayon kay Filipino Nurses United President Maristela Abenojar, tototohanin na ng mga nurses particular sa mga pribadong paggamutan ang banta ng mass resignation dahil noong nakaraang taon pa hindi nilalabas ang naturang benepisyo. Particular ito sa Special Risk Allowance o SRA na nakapaloob sa Bayanihan Law para sa mga medical frontliners ng 5,000 piso kada buwan. Bukod dito, giit rin ng mga private nurses na tulad ng mga nurse sa mga pampublikong pagamutan, mabigyan rin sila ng Active Hazard Duty Day o AHDP na 3,000 piso kada buwan. Under the bayanihan, only those in the public sector shall receive AHDP. But when they attend to COVID-19 patients, it doesn't matter if you are from private or government, the risk is the same, paliwanag ni Abenuhar. Sinabi naman ni Alliance of Health Workers President Robert Mendoza na may ilan na rin sa kanila ang nag-iisip ng mag-early retirement dahil wala namang sapat na proteksyon na tatanggap sila mula sa pamahalaan. Nagbanta rin siya na babagsak ang healthcare system sa bansa kapag itinuloy ng mga medical frontliners sa pribadong sektor ang kanilang mga banta. Tugon naman ni DOH Secretary Francisco Duque III na unti-unti nang inilalabas ang mga inihihinging mga benepisyo ng pribadong medical workers. Bakit dahan-dahan? Ha? Bakit unti-unti, Secretary Bello o Duque? Ha? DOH Secretary Francisco Duque III, sabi niya, unti-unti nang inilalabas ang mga hinihinging benepisyo. Yung bang mga ibibigay nyo sa mga private health workers, iba nakapaloob dun sa kinu-question ng COA na hindi nyo nagamit na bilyong piso. Pambayad pala sa mga nurses yun at saka sa mga frontliners. Bakit nyo iniipit? Pag yung kasi pag ang pera po, mga kababayan, yung mga bilyong-bilyong yun nakalagay sa mga bangko, magkano interest niya sa loob ng isang buwan lang pag bilyon? Naku ng dragon, pinagkakakitaan ba talaga ng ilang tao sa DOH at DSWD ang pera ng bayan? Nako, tama nga yung imbestigahan na kayo ng Senado. Blue Ribbon Committee, August 18 yata, ang start ng investigation sa inihain ng COA against diyan po sa DOH. Dami, bilyon. Baka mag-resign ito. Ha? Mag-resign itong mga private nurses, doctors, nurses, caregivers. Mawawalan kayo ng health workers o health care workers dyan sa mga private hospital. Nak ng dragon sa magtatakbuhan yan. Government hospital, punong-puno na nga bakit kailangan ng bayaran nyo lang ng mga extra-extra? Parehas pong humaharap. Sa bakbakan itong mga to. Kay private, kay government, basta COVID, bakbakan yan. Parehas ng trabaho, parehas ng pag-aalaga yan sa mga nai-infeksyon. Tapos ang kikita lang ng enough na dapat talaga ibigay yung mga nasa gobyerno. Nako, ubus kayo. Tandaan niya sa Department of Health. Ubus ka, magre-resign ka nang wala sa oras, Secretary Duque. Maniwala ka. Galit na ang mga tao, mga health workers sa inyo. Ano ba talaga ang hawak mo kay Presidente Duterte? At ayaw kang bitawan ng ating Tatay Digong. Nakaluhod ka ba? Nakahawak sa tuhod, sa paa, balikat at ulo? Dragon, kantay na. Maring sendangan balak mo pa kang tumakbong senador, huwag na. Walang boboto siya kahit kapitbahay mo baka kasambahay mo, hindi mo pa bayaran sa sweldo, hindi ka boboto niyan. Ayusin nyo kasi. Ibigay nyo, ang daming pera ng DOH, di ba? Inilabas na nga ng COA, billion-billion yung hindi nyo unused fund. Bakit? Heto pala, isang dahilan, hindi nyo binabayaran nito. Naknan dragon, Well, Metro Manila mayors nagkasundo sa Unified Vaccination Certificate. Ayos ba yung ating pagbabalita? Paring Zoilo, Bioli Ancheta ng Second Camille Tarlac. They're watching right now kahit madaling araw. Umaga na nagigising. Siyempre, mga seniors like us, kung magising kami, alas 4 alas 4, na ngayon doon? 37 ng madaling araw. Gising na yung mga katropa kong senior sa Nueva Ecija. Alright. Inapurbahan ng Metro Manila Council ang paggamit ng isang Unified Vaccination Certificate para sa mga residente na fully vaccinated laban sa COVID-19. Sinabi ni Parañaque City Mayor Edwin Olivares, chairman ng MMC, na sumang-ayon lahat ng alkalde sa NCR sa pagkakaroon ng iisang vaccination certificate. Nag-uumpisa na umano ang mga information technology officers ng mga syudad na mag-download ng mga impormasyon at listahan ng mga residente nilang kompleto na ang bakuna at ipadadala sa Department of Information and Communication Technology or DICT para sa pagpapalabas ng Unified Vaccination Certificate. All LGUs of service providers are now downloading the information to the DIC to consolidate the data. Ayon pa kay Olivares, target ng mga alkalde na matapos ang pag-download ng mga impormasyon at maipasa na ito sa DIC ngayong buwan ng Agosto. Particular na importante ang vaccination certificate sa mga residente na bibiyahe patungo sa ibang bansa na ginagawang requirements ang patunay ng nabakunahan na sila bago payagang makapasok sa kanilang teritoryo. O nga, maganda yun. Sa isa na lang. Para bang yung universal ID or national ID ng mga Pilipino. Isa lang yun eh. Yung national ID ng mga Pilipino, marami na po yatang nabigyan. Kompleto Ricardos yun eh. Lahat ng gusto mo malaman sa isang pero may privacy pa rin daw po yun under the privacy law. Hindi basta-basta na nahahalong ka dyan. Yung vaccine na certificate, dito po sa Canada, pinag-uusapan na po dyan sa Ottawa, yung federal government para gumawa ng vaccine passport sa lahat ng mga nabakunahan ng Canadian citizen at saka yung mga permanent resident. Okay, basta nabakunahan ka, pag natapos na po yun, anyway, kasi ang hinihintay ng mga tao, hindi naman yun eh. Yung linggong mangyayaring pagkausap ni Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sa ating Governor General Simon. Simon nga ba yun? If the Governor General will dissolve the Parliament, ayan na, election na. Election na, federal election sa September, tentative date, September 20. Sa linggo, magkakaalaman yan. Babantayan po natin yan. Election ang gusto ng mga tao. Kahit sinasabing ayaw, kayo maniwala ron. Election period is election time. Time to use your right of suffrage to vote the official that you want to rule the country. All right. Mga MPs lang po ang iboboto at mga Canadian citizen lamang po ang boboto. Ayan, kaya yung mga Pinoy na permanent resident pa lang, mag-apply na kayo. Iba po yung ang hawak niyong passport ay Canadian. Promise. I've used my Canadian passport so many times at talagang iba ang dating kahit sa Pilipinas. Pag nakita nila ang passport mo, Canada. Alright. Okay. Dahil nga po napag-usapan natong election, candidates over 65 years old, senior, allowed to go out for certificate of candidacy filing. Ayan, pwedeng lumabas para mag-file ng COC. Alright, eto po. The Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, pinahaba pa, IATF naman yan, has allowed persons over 65 years old who are running for national and local positions in the 2022 to go out of their residences to file their certificate of candidacy in October. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque Jr. said senior citizens filing their COCs at offices of the Commission on Election from October 1 to 8 would be considered authorized person outside of residence or yung tinatawag na APORS. APORS, yun po ang pinapayagan lumabas during ECQ. Alright. The above-mentioned person shall be recognized as authorized person outside the President's from October 1 to October 8, regardless of community quarantine classification and vaccination status, Roque said. Fully vaccinated senior citizen in areas under general community quarantine and modified GCQ were earlier allowed to leave their homes. Only upper or essential workers are allowed to go out of their residence in areas under ECQ. Meantime, the COMELEC said it is expecting close to 9 million citizens to register as voters for the May 2022 national and local elections. Despite postponement in voters' registrations because of the pandemic, the COMELEC has already recorded 5,727,223 new registrants as of yesterday. COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon said this number could easily reach 8,877,233 if they could reactivate at least 50% of the 6.3 million deactivated voters. Guanzon said the deadline for voters registration is on September 30 and that no extension has been sanctioned even in areas that had been placed under stricter community quarantine. But at least 7 senators filed a resolution yesterday urging the COMELEC to extend voters registration until October 31, 2021 to avoid voter disenfranchisement amid the pandemic. Signing the resolutions were Senate President pro tempore Ralph Recto, Minority Leader Franklin Drilon, and Senators Francis Pangilinan, Nancy Binay, Laila De Lima, Risa Ontiveros, and Joel Villanueva. Ba't nagtataka siguro kayo? Ba't nakapirma si Laila De Lima? Nakakulong yan. Kahit po nakakulong ang senador, until proven na guilty beyond reasonable doubt, magagampanan pa rin po niya yung kanyang pagiging mambabatas o senador. Hindi nadala sa kulungan niya yung lahat ng mga bills, papeles, na documentation na meron lahat ang mga sitting senator. Siya naman, sitting jailed senator. Anong masama ron kung nakakulong, hindi pa naman siya guilty. Alright. Well, COMELEC spokesman James Jimenez said the commissioners are now discussing whether it is possible to extend the voters registration. Wag na. Enough na yun. Para sa akin, ba't extend pa natin? September 1 to 30. Tapos na yon. Wag na, marami na naman ang nakarehistro Para hindi na mahirapan yung pagbibilang. Magkadayaan na naman yung smart katik Hindi ba marisendang Enough na yung 60 million na boboto. Nilang napakatagal ni. At saka ito, matagal ko na sinasuggest, yung mga senior citizens, PWDs, pabutohin na ng maaga. Parang dito, sa Canada, kami po allowed bumoto 2 weeks before the actual election. Kumisa nga 1 month before Meron na nga early voting. Mga presinto, bukas na, dami na bumoboto nun. Sa Pilipinas ba, hindi kayang gawin yun? Pwede naman yun gawin nyo a week or 2 weeks before the actual election para hindi siksikan. Para hindi mahirapan yung mga senior citizens, 60 and up. At saka yung PWDs ang kayo nakikita ko yung mga last election sa video sa Pilipinas, nakasaklay yung mga PWDs o iba naka-wheelchair, dadalhin pa sa 4th floor ng mga eskwelahan. Wala namang elevator. Anong gagawin? Di hirap. Pupunta ron ng alas 8 ng umaga, alas 12 na ng tanghali, handun pa rin sa hagdanan. Binubuhat yung kanyang wheelchair Bakit kailangan pahirapan natin yung mga senior? Konting ako naman dyan, mga COMELEC COMELEC nagdi-decide yan, hindi naman ng presidente o vice president o kongreso o senado. Hindi. Ang COMELEC. When it comes to election procedures at saka mga requirements, criteria, everything about election po sa Pilipinas, Commission on Election ang nakakalam ng gagawin yan. Di ba sila pwede pakiusapan? Lahat ng mga COMELEC commissioner, senior citizen na yun. Di ba kayo komo kayo, mayayaman, may mga nag-aalaga sa inyo. Itong ating mga katropang seniors, mahihirap lang kami. Huwag niyo na kami pahirapan pag-election. Gusto namin mapabilang sa pag-select ng mga mamumuno sa ating bansa. Ayan. Sige po, apurbahan niyo na. Early voting for senior citizens and PWD sa Pilipinas. Sana po, pagbigyan niyo ang hiling ng senior citizens at PWDs. Well, magbi-break pong muli ang News at Sports sa pagbabalik. Balitang Sports. Some words from our friends muna and I'll be back.
Our company is committed to providing truthful, honest, competent, and result-oriented service through advising and representing our clients in Canada and overseas in a wide range of immigration matters. We focus on providing support, building dependable relationships, and promoting success. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf.
Nagbabalik po ang ating News at Sport. And again, may vaccine rollout po tayo sa linggo. Ito po ay under the sa pamamahala ng TASE of Manila, under the watchful eye of the founding president of TASE of Manila, Rolando Caroli Mangante, in cooperation with Tom's Radio Toronto's ay yung pong ating mga producer Cecil Araneta and Josie Islayan. Vaccination to. Ito, libre. No appointment needed. First and second doses COVID-19 vaccine. Diyan po gagawin. It will be held Butters Wilson Parkett. Of course, weather permitting. Pero hindi naman uulan sa Sunday. Ganda ng weather yan. No health card, no problem. Walang OHIP, walang problema. Anyone 12 years plus is welcome. Lahat ay pwede mula sa edad 12 pataas. Ayan, Sunday, Linggo, August 15, 2021. Well, babala, ang clinic ay matutuloy basta pinapayagan ng langit panahon. God is alive. Of course, huwag kayong mag-alala, weather permitting. Talaga mong bibigyan tayo. Start po ng alas 12 ng tanghali hanggang alas 6 ng gabi. Ayan, vaccine rollout. Pamamahala ng TASE of Manila under the President and Founder Rolando Rolly Mangante and in cooperation with Tom's Radio Toronto's Cecil Araneta and Josie Isla. Huwag niyo pong kalilimutan, Sunday, August 15, 2021, alas 12 hanggang tanghali hanggang alas 6, Butters Wilson Parkett. Sa corner lang po yan. The corner of Butters and Wilson. Balitang sports, Kawhi Leonard stays with Clippers. Wow! Reportedly inks 4-year deal. Ayan. Kawhi Leonard is sticking with the Los Angeles Clippers. The NBA club announcing Thursday yesterday, they had resigned their star forward. The Clippers didn't release terms of the deal, but ESPN reported that Leonard inked a 4-year, $176.3 million maximum deal that includes a player option in the fourth year. Leonard has declined his player option for $36 million in the upcoming season to become a free agent. Well, Kawhi is a transcendent player and a relentless worker who improves himself every day, Clippers president of basketball operation Lawrence Frank said in a statement. We share many of the same goals, which include a long-term relationship. This agreement marks another important moment for our franchise and our fans as we strive to create a championship-caliber organization where players find the success and fulfillment they seek. We are eager to continue building with Kawhi. Last season was Leonard's second with the Clippers. He played 52 games, averaging 24.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, and a career-high 5.2 assists, while shooting 51.2% from the field and 88.5% from the free throw line. Antindi. But Leonard missed the final 8 games of the Clippers playoff campaign after injuring his right knee against the Utah Jazz. He had surgery to repair torn ligaments in July and will likely be sidelined when the 2022 season begins in October. For now, we will do whatever we can to support him in his recovery from injury, Frank said. We look forward to seeing him back where he wants to be on the court with his teammates. Hindi na aalis yan. Sabi ko nga nakita na niya yung kanyang koponan dun eh. So, pirma na siya ng mahaba-habang yun na may hinahantay niyan eh. Pababalikin pa ba yan sa Toronto? Hindi na. Hindi na rin babalik yan sa San Antonio Spurs. Nakapag-champion na siya rin eh. Back to back nga eh. Well, para naman po sa gagawing Paralympics, pinangako ng 6 na miyembro ng Team Philippines na ibibigay ang lahat ng kanilang makakaya para makamit ang kauna-unahang gold medal sa Paralympics game. Sasabak sina powerlifter Ashel Guion sa powerlifting, Taekwondo Jean Alain Ganapin ng Taekwondo, Gerald Magliwan at Janet Asibera Athletics, Ernie Gawilan at Gary Begino sa swimming sa Paralympics sa Tokyo, Japan simula Agosto 24 hanggang September 5. Well, talagang ibibigay po namin na lahat ng aming makakaya, sabi ni Magliwan na tatayong flag bearer sa opening ceremony. Nakatakdang bumiyahe ang National Paralympic Team sa Agosto 22 sa paglahok sa sporting event para sa mga differently abled athletes. Si Pinay weightlifter Adeline Dumapong ang unang nagbigay sa bansa ng Paralympic medal matapos ang kini ng bronze medal sa women's 82.5 kg class noong 2000 edition sa Sydney, Australia. Hindi pa nananalo ng gold medal ang bansa sa Paralympics mula nang sumali ang bansa noong 1988 Seoul, South Korea. Para lalo pang bigyan ng motibasyon ang 6 na Paralympics na nagbigay ang PSC sa kanila ng tig 150,000 pesos bilang travel allowance. Siyempre, converted yun sa dollar. Hindi mo naman maibibili yung piso sa Tokyo sa Japan. Alright, ito pa ang maganda. Bukod sa cash incentive sa PSC, nangako rin si MVP Sports Foundation Chairman Manny B. Pangilinan na magbibigay ng 5 milyong piso para sa Paralympic gold medal. Alright, 2 milyong piso sa silver at 500,000 o kalahating milyon naman sa bronze medalist. Nako, parang tumama na sa loto. Kung sino man ang mananalo ng mga medalya sa Paralympics Games sa Tokyo, ang laki. Hindi lang yan, may mga magbibigay pa dyan. So, sana po, pagdasal natin yung ating mga Paralympics athlete. Aanim lang naman yan, madaling isama sa ating mga dasal yan. Alright? Okay. Huling balita is showbiz. Uy, showbiz. Kaya Tita Cecil to. Michael B. Kilala niyo ba si Michael B? Si Bitoy. Nagpatulong na i-report ang Facebook page account na gumagamit sa pangalan niya. Uy, scam. Alright. Humingi ng tulong ang kapuso star na si Michael B. o si Bitoy na i-report ang isang Facebook account na gumagamit ng kanyang pangalan at may mahigit 200,000 followers. Hindi kaya sa kanya 200K? Aba, kumikita na yun. Sa mga concerns at nagtatanong, salamat at pakireport na lang tong fake Facebook account na ito. Daming pwedeng gayahin. Ako pa naisip, siyempre, sikat ka Michael B. ka Bitoy ka Sabi ng comedy genius sa kanyang post na nakasama ang screen grab ng naturang fake account. Sabi pa ni Bitoy, pakireport at unfollow na rin yung mga nagpo-post ng pagsuporta ko sa kani-kanino tatakbo sa eleksyon. It's 100% fake. Kaya pala nadali ng trolls. Ang ginagamit pala yun para endorso yung mga kandidato sa election. Ba, malaking pera yun, ano? Malaki. Akala nila si Michael B. si Bitoy talaga. Hindi po. Naku, laki ng kinikita yan. Well, nang silipin ng GMA News ang nirereklamong peking Facebook account na mayroon ding halos 190 likes. Wow! Makikita na inalis na ang larawan ni Bitoy pero nakalagay pa rin ang pangalang at Michael Bitoy GMA Artist. Wow! Pag nakita nyo po yun, at Michael Bitoy GMA Artist, unfollow nyo na. Fake account daw po yun. Sabi mismo ng original na si Michael B. o yung ating hinahangaang si Toy Beach, si Bitoy. Alright? Well, bukas po, Sabado, the tall order. Abangan nyo po yung malalaking pasabog ng ating programa pag Sabado. Meron po after the tall order tomorrow, Tinig ng Bayan with Carol Limangante and Ray Santos. Joaquin, ayan, Tinig ng Bayan. And of course, 2 to 3, ayan po ang What Kids Play and Say with Mondatol and aking pong boy ambassador, yung pong ating genius na batang 9-year-old junior is playing again his favorite sport, soccer. And we will talk to him via Zoom with his sister, Love and Precious. Alright, so hanggang bukas pong muli, ito po ang inyong kaibigan Mondatol, and in behalf of our producer, thank you very much, Cecil Araneta and the Beauties, smart, and kind producer, host Josie Sla, and my co-handsome DJ partner. Alright. Owen Faxon, ito po si Mondatol, bidding you good night.